If you've been waiting for the next big move in crypto, this is your wake-up call. The signs are everywhere. Smart money is flowing in, key indicators are flashing green, and history is repeating itself. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why the next crypto bull run is much closer than most people realize, and how you can position yourself to take advantage of it. So let's dive in. So we're going to start by taking a look at the Bitcoin chart, and what we can see is a very key trend line right here on the logarithmic chart. So every time Bitcoin has actually come down to this trend line, we've actually got a very significant bounce, and that's led significant moves in the price. Now, what I'm going to be watching for Bitcoin when we go into our bear market is when we eventually break below this trend line here. That is going to be the big indicator for me that we have now broken out of bullish market structure and we are now in a bear trend. And it's at this point where I'd be looking to close any remaining positions. But as long as we're holding this uptrending of level of support, we're still in a bull market, in my opinion. Now, I want to zoom in a bit closer on Bitcoin, and what we can see right now, we are pretty much trading basically at the all-time highs for Bitcoin. Now, what happened the last time we actually broke through our previous all-time highs? Well, that was this level here. At that moment of us breaking through, we got a massive rally to the upside, and that's where I believe we are right now. We're literally at that point where we're about to break through the previous highs. And this is where I expect the same pattern to repeat and for us to get a massive push up to the upside. However, we may get a little bit of resistance in the short term, and we may hover around this level before we can finally break through. But one thing I want to bring to your attention is the momentum waves down here. Now, what we're seeing is we're actually seeing a green dot being printed on our momentum waves, and every time we've seen a green dot printed, we've actually seen a massive price rally. So the previous green dot right here, if we actually measure, we can see that Bitcoin rallied over 100%. And the previous time before that as well, Bitcoin also rallied from that point about 200%. So we're seeing about 150% rally on average. So if we were to see the exact same thing come from this green dot here, where would that put us? Well, if we measure that move out from the bottom and we do 100%, it would actually bring us to around 147k, and on average we're getting a move of about 150, so that would bring us actually upwards towards $185,000 Bitcoin, which is pretty much my top price target for Bitcoin. And one thing that we need to be aware of in this cycle is we have to look at the Fibonacci extension levels. So when we pull a fib retracement from the high to the low of our previous cycle, it actually gives us some targets. So we can see that we pretty much topped out exactly at our first Fibonacci extension level, which was for 1.618. So if you just sold at this level, you would have made massive profit. But where's the next level after that? Well, I believe if we break through into price discovery, then we're going up to the next Fibonacci extension level, which is for 2.618. And that actually puts us at around 157,000 Bitcoin. Now, if we do see this move up, this is where I'd be looking to take significant profits and sell at least 25 to 40% of my portfolio. And the reason for that is we're not always guaranteed to do a full extension. However, if we were to do a full extension, it would actually put us between 200 to 245,000, which is a very real possibility. But I think at this stage in the bull run, selling a percentage, a third here, and then a third here, is the best way to play the market. And that's going to be my exit strategy that I'm going to be looking at for this bull run. Now, you're probably wondering, how accurate are these Fibonacci extension levels? Well, let's go have a look at our previous cycle. So if we pulled a Fibonacci extension from the high to the low of our cycle, we can actually see that we topped out exactly in between our 3.618 and 4.23 extension, basically at a 3.618. And if you just sold a third of your portfolio at these two extension levels, you would have got out relatively close to the top. So this is a very good tool to look at when calling the top of the market. And if we actually extend this extension out a bit, let me just get this accurate, we can actually see that we pretty much topped at the 3.618 here, but when we got our next leg up, we went to that next extension level, which was a 4.236. So these Fibonacci extensions are very key, and I'm going to be using it for my exit strategy. The reason I talk about Bitcoin is because Bitcoin is a market mover, and it's once Bitcoin breaks in the price discovery past these all-time highs and really starts running up, this is when we're going to see altcoins absolutely explode and outperform Bitcoin. Because the way I like to put it, if Bitcoin goes up 10%, your altcoins are going up 20-30%. But also vice versa on the way down. If Bitcoin's dropping by 10%, then you're looking at altcoins crashing 20-30% as well. So if we're expecting Bitcoin to go into price discovery, we can expect altcoins to outperform it. And one chart I like to look at is actually the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now, when we take a look at the weekly chart, we can see that we have been in a massive uptrend. However, I do expect us to break this trend very soon. And the moment we actually lose this trend line, this is when I'm expecting a massive dip in dominance. And this is when our altcoins are going to absolutely explode. Because at the end of the day, Bitcoin dominance can't go up forever. And we're starting to hit some pretty major levels of resistance on this chart. Not to mention on all of our oscillators, we are massively overbought. So this is where I expect money to start to flow into some of these altcoins very soon. Now, the next question you're probably wondering is, what altcoins would I be looking at? Personally, I wouldn't be looking at Bitcoin because I think even if we hit that full extension, the maximum return you're going to get on your investment is a 2x if we hit over 200,000 per coin. However, one coin I do like is Ethereum right now. I think Ethereum is really undervalued in terms of its Bitcoin pair. And if you look at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, it's actually sitting at some of its lowest levels. So I would be expecting Ethereum to massively outperform Bitcoin and to really kick off alt season, because it's normally when Ethereum starts moving that the altcoins start following as well. And the way Ethereum's really been lagging this cycle, I would actually be loading up on Ethereum over Solana right now, just because I think Solana's already had its big run up, while Ethereum's been massively lagging behind. Now, let's scroll down this list and look at some smaller cap coins. I think another very safe pick is going to be Cardano. I can see Cardano going to $6 to $8 this cycle. It's a safe coin. Charles Hoskinson is a great marketer as well, and he's been hinting at a lot of big updates for Cardano, and this is a coin that has been smashed pretty hard, so I would be expecting it to make quite a big comeback. Another layer one that I like is Sui. This coin is really trying to compete with Solana right now, but I actually think its tech is a lot better, and with a much smaller market cap, I would expect Sui to massively outperform Solana. As well, Chainlink is a coin that you can't really go wrong with. It's the leading oracle built on Ethereum, and I really believe that Ethereum is about to take off in a big way, and this is going to be extremely bullish for Chainlink. And when Ethereum starts running, I expect all of these coins that are built on Ethereum are going to really start taking off as well. So Chainlink is a coin I'll definitely be looking to add. If you want to have something in that gaming narrative for layer ones, AVAX is probably going to be that gaming coin. I do think at some point gaming is going to run, and when that happens, I think AVAX is going to benefit a lot from that. Now, scrolling down the list, let's have a look at what other major coins I like at the moment. I think Aave is quite good, but it has had a really big run up, and I do think it is a little bit expensive right now, just because it's run up a lot compared to a lot of other coins. So I probably wouldn't buy Aave right now, but if we do see a bit of a dip, it's one that I would look to accumulate. But in terms of AI, you can't go past BitTensorTao, the leading AI project. BitTensorTao is also known as the Bitcoin of AI because it has a max supply of 21 million tokens, just like Bitcoin, and a halving cycle very much the same. So if BitTensorTao was to reach close to Bitcoin's market cap, it would be worth the exact same price as Bitcoin. And I believe BitTensorTao is one of the coins that has the most potential to really revolutionize this space, and it's a coin I would not be sleeping on. And I'll give you guys one more bonus coin that I like right now, and that coin is going to be Algorand. And one of the reasons why I like Algorand is it's really underperformed a lot of coins, especially being in that ISO 20022 narrative. When those coins start to really take off again, I really expect Algorand to outperform, and I could see Algorand getting back into the top 30 cryptocurrencies. With a market cap of only 1.9 billion, this coin could easily hit a 20 to $25 billion market cap, in my opinion, which would put Algorand significantly higher than what it is now. And this is one of the coins that I've actually been dollar cost averaging into on this dip. But that's pretty much all I've got for today's video. If you'd like some one-on-one coaching with me, message me on either Instagram or Twitter, or send me an email. And to purchase my top 10 crypto picks for 2025, the small cap altcoins that I believe are going to get you the best returns and outperform all of the coins that I have listed in this video, you can purchase that just by clicking on the link below. But besides that, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we have bottomed out. Bottomed out, Novogratz is bullish. Bottomed out, don't ever rise is bearish.
Bearish positive 13 times there.
Novogratz is bullish.
Bitcoin could be at 40,000.
Let us go to moon.